Meet Maya. She's smart, qualified, and completely fluent in grammar rules. But last week, something weird happened in her job interview. The interviewer asked, "Why did you give up your last job?" Maya froze. She understood give and up separately, but together? Totally different meaning. She failed the interview because she didn't understand one simple phrasal verb. Here's the shocking truth. Native speakers use phrasal verbs in 40% of their everyday conversations. You can't ignore them anymore. Here's what your textbook won't tell you. A phrasal verb is when you combine a simple verb with a preposition or adverb, and it creates a completely different meaning. For example, put means to place something, but put up with means to tolerate something annoying. See the difference? Your brain processes them as one unit, not separate words. Native speakers learn this by hearing it thousands of times, not by memorizing rules. The good news? Once you understand the pattern, you'll recognize them everywhere. Back to Maya. After failing her interview, she decided to turn down other job offers and focus on learning phrasal verbs properly. She started noticing them everywhere. At a coffee shop, she heard, "Can you look up the Wi-Fi password?" In a store, "I need to try on these shoes." On the bus, "I have to get off at the next stop." Wait, get off a bus means to exit, not to fall down. These weren't random. They were patterns she'd never noticed before. She started keeping a notebook and writing them down with real examples, not textbook definitions. 1 month later, Maya had learned 8 key phrasal verbs that native speakers use constantly. First, figure out, to understand or solve something. I finally figured out the secret to learning phrasal verbs. Second, give up, to stop trying. Don't give up on your English learning. Third, turn down, to reject or lower volume. I turned down the job offer because the salary was too low. Fourth, look up, to search for information. I looked up new phrasal verbs online every day. Fifth, get along, to have a good relationship. I get along really well with my English teacher now. Sixth, break down, to stop working or to analyze. My car broke down yesterday. Seventh, run into, to meet by chance. I ran into my old classmate at the supermarket. Eighth, come up with, to create or think of an idea. She came up with an amazing solution to the problem. 3 weeks later, Maya got a second interview with the same company. This time was completely different. When the interviewer asked, "Why did you give up your last job?" Maya confidently answered, "I decided to give up that position because I wanted to figure out my real career goals. I wasn't getting along well with the management, so I came up with a plan to pursue something more meaningful." The interviewer's eyes lit up. She understood perfectly. Then something amazing happened. The interviewer started using more phrasal verbs naturally, and Maya understood every single one. They had a real conversation, not an interview. She got the job. But here's the real plot twist. She realized the phrasal verbs weren't the reason she got the job. They were proof that she finally understood how native speakers actually think and communicate. Now it's your turn. Here's what you're going to do. First, pick one phrasal verb from those 8 we learned. Write down 3 example sentences using it in different contexts. Second, listen for it in YouTube videos, podcasts, or movies. Native speakers use these constantly. Third, the most important part, use it in a real sentence today. Speak it out loud, or write it in a message. Your brain learns phrasal verbs through production, not just consumption. And here's a bonus mind-blowing fact. Learning these 8 phrasal verbs will actually help you understand hundreds of variations because many phrasal verbs follow similar patterns. Your English level is about to jump dramatically. The question isn't, will I understand phrasal verbs? The real question is, how quickly can I start using them naturally? Now go prove it.